Yo, what is up, Broncos country? How's it going this week, guys? So, we're finally here. After 6 long, grueling months, we are finally back. We have Broncos football. Training camp started this past week, and boy, do we have a lot of news to get into this week. A lot of stuff to talk about, over the last couple of the last week with training camp. Other things have happened. Other stuff has come about, and we got so much to talk about tonight, guys. And I'm so excited. Football season's back now until February. We have football, and this is awesome. So let's just get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about was one of the very first things that happened at the beginning of this week. This week, Mohamed, was the fact that Ben Powers restructured his deal and to come back on, I think it was like a 1 year deal. I think it's like a $3 million signing bonus, 4 something million base salary. I think it's like 10 million guaranteed or something. But man, this is great. It keeps the continuity because me and you have kind of had discussions all off season. You know, could Ben Powers possibly be on the trading block? Could they wind up being? Could he be like a 53-man roster? Downsizing cut. We got Palczewski, you got the young kid you brought in during the draft. But this just solidifies that this offensive line is going to stay here or be here together for at least another year. I'm super excited about it, man. Like, oh my God. The best offensive line gets 1 more year together with Bo Nix going into his third year. This is amazing. But that's what I think. I think it's a great thing. Like, next offseason, it's going to be a big pain in the butt because you're really going to have to start working on this offensive line. I think Ben Powers might be gone. Mike McGlinchey could be gone. Garrett Bowles might retire, depending on how well the Broncos do this year, if they win a bowl or not. So a lot of questions coming up next offseason. But for the Ben Powers situation, Mohamed, what was your gut reaction to this?
Eddie, like the beginning of the week, I did hear about Ben Powers that he suffered an injury, didn't want to do surgery and all this stuff. And then I hear about his restructure. I mean, it means he wants to stay with the Broncos. He feels like the Broncos could go far, hopefully go to the Super Bowl, win it. But the O line is definitely a strength for the Broncos. And keeping the same guys is really important because we don't want to mess up that chemistry. So the fact that he's staying is obviously a good thing for the Broncos. It's good for the running game, good for Bo Nix. We don't want to mess that up. So I'm happy, and just all this backups for the O line. God forbid anything happens. We all have these guys in the back end that can help us. So definitely a good thing. I'm glad he decided to do that.
We got Clayton in here. He's like, hey, guys. Clayton in here again. Says smash that like button and share. Appreciate it, Clayton. Richard in Rich. I can't talk today, dude. I've been tired all day. Richmond in here. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
That's my son. Thank you. Thanks, son.
But yeah, guys, if you're in here, please comment on this video, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff for us. We'd really appreciate it. But yeah, man, I was excited. Like, it's good to keep that continuity together with that offensive line. That's the biggest thing. And everybody says you win the game in the trenches. Like, our defense and offensive lines are staying together. Outside of just John Franklin Myers, you pretty much have all the same guys on the defense and offensive line from the past couple of seasons. So that's a good thing. And I'm super excited, man. I cannot wait. I can't wait for the first preseason game. The first preseason game is 12 days away. That if you don't count today, it's 12 days away. The first preseason game. I am oh my God, dude. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Heck, we got the Hall of Fame game on Thursday, dude. We got football. It's the Panthers and Bears. I know both teams are not really good, but
I'll take it, Eddie.
I'll take it.
Some football for change.
It's going to be so much fun to watch, man. I can't wait. We got Clayton in here again. He's like about 4 inches of rain in the last 2 days. Much needed, though. I'm not sure. Do you live here in Denver, Clayton? I'm not sure. If not, let us know because I haven't really seen much rain since, at all. And we got
it did rain a little bit in Virginia, so yesterday and I think the day before. So
okay, yeah, I haven't really seen it rain much here in the past couple of weeks. So, but moving on to the next topic, going over what happened to Sean Payton this past week, and that was the fact that I can't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday, Mohamed. The video came out. Sean Payton got a call from Drew Brees asking him to induct him into the Hall of Fame. Before I pass this over to you, that was really cool. Like I like that. That's probably one of the best honors you can have as a head coach. One of your former players calls you and says, "Hey, I'm going into the Hall of Fame this year. Can you come over and induct me into it?" And so with that being said, that's awesome for Sean. Happy for Drew Brees. He is a Hall of Famer in my book. Um, but with that said, next Saturday, Sean will not be in attendance at Broncos training camp. Him and a bunch of assistants, I think, are going to Canton to, do that, go with Sean to go do that. So that means next Saturday, the training camp, just for Saturday, is going to be ran by Vance Joseph. Mohamed, what are your thoughts about all this?
I mean, Eddie, I did see the video. I was really surprised. You don't often see Sean Payton being emotional, and I think Drew Brees caught him off guard because somehow he just didn't see it coming. Because you could see that it was like they were like FaceTiming or something, and then he tells him, he's like, "Are you serious?" Like, and he didn't see that's coming. It's awesome, man. It's very exciting. I'm happy for both of them. Happy for Drew Brees. He like you said, well deserved. It's good to see our coach being honored in that way. Where he's gonna actually introduce Drew Brees. The other stuff about Vance Joseph, don't screw it up. It's just one day. Please just.
Hey, Mohamed, I got something to say. Oh man, we had a great day of practice. I'm sorry, I had to do it.
But it's exciting, Eddie. It's I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a good time of the year when we have the Hall of Fame and you get all these cool stuff. PTSD, yeah, Miami. Remember?
Hey, stop jinxing us, Graham. We don't need that, bro.
That day, I remember after that game, I didn't want to go to work because I already knew. Everybody was going to be coming for me. But I'm glad that's in the past.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm just excited for Sean. Like I said, I don't know if Sean's ever had to do that or if he's ever been asked to do that before for one of his ex-players. I don't think he has. I could be wrong. At least we scored 20. But yeah, it's really awesome for Sean. I'm glad he gets to do that at least once in his life. Congratulations to Drew Brees though for making it into the Hall of Fame. He was a fun quarter. Even though we're not Saint fans, he was a really fun quarterback to watch. He really was. But moving on. Oh hell no! I'm sorry that's not true. Brees better than Tom Brady. I'm not. No, I don't want a bunch of ticked off Patriot fans in here. Okay. Or even Skip
they're
Bayless.
gonna come for us, Eddie. They're gonna come for us.
Or Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
But the next big thing, Mohamed, I'm gonna get your take on this one first. We'll go back and forth on this. So over pretty much the first, what is it now? Been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 4 days. From based on what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing on X, dude, the offense has been kicking so much butt out there, dude. Like at this time of year right now when training camp is really starting to ramp up, usually the defense is the one starting off on the hot foot. This year, it seems like the offense. Like we'll go through all of training camp, but what were your thoughts initially about the offense being the ones dominating everything?
I was definitely surprised, Eddie. I think it does tell you a lot about like the Davis Webb effect. I would say his touch. I heard there was a lot of motion, a lot of the plays that our defense did not see. But Eddie Bonix, he looks sharp. I was very impressed. I've seen him throw the ball. You can't tell the guy was hurt. He's confident. He knows what he's doing. He looks stronger. Everybody watch out because the Broncos are coming. I know they're not giving us a lot of credit where some of them aren't, but we're coming.
Starting off here with what Graham just posted in there. Waddle, top 3 receiver in the league. Man, I'm not going to lie. It's possible. It really is. I would not be surprised by the end of the season if Waddle is considered a top 3 receiver. Like, you're right, though. The main thing I saw, though, Mohamed, was the fact that I almost said Joe Brady. I don't know why I said that. Davis Webb had a lot of motion going on out there. A lot.
It did.
And that's good. That's what we want to see. You got Jalen Wild. You got Marvin Mims. Use these guys and that kind of stuff. You got a 3-headed monster in the backfield and Harvey, Dobbins, and Coleman. Like, use all that motion, man. Um, it's been a lot of fun, dude. Like, oh my god, the offense has been kicking butt. Now a lot of people will be like, well, should we worry about the defense? I'm like, I wouldn't worry about the defense. Like, what was it we said for years, Mohamed? It's like whenever the offense would come out slow. Like, I mean, remember Bo Nix's rookie year, how the offense was coming out slow. Bo Nix was throwing picks, and people were freaking out like, oh my god, Stidham's gonna have to start, and well, it's like no, one side of the ball is always going to be better, and usually it's the defense. But I don't think this is like, oh, the defense is, going to be bad this year. I just think the defense is trying to get back on its footing. And I think Bo Nix is out there doing a lot more. Davis Webb's got something to prove this year. Bo Nix has got something to prove this year. So they're coming out with their hair on fire. The defense could be running, just basic stuff, and the offense is out there just throwing everything out there on the wall just to see what works. I don't think the defense is actually playing like they would be playing a regular season game. I think with Davis Webb being a new play caller, Bo Nix coming back from that injury, they're trying all kinds of different stuff out there just to see what works. And that's what training camp is for. And
but you know what, Eddie? This is definitely a problem for the other offenses, for the other teams, because they don't know how to plan for the Broncos. Like, what are they going to do? Like, they're like the defensive, coordinators. What are they going to do? Because you have Jalen Waddle. You didn't have him before. You have a new play caller. You don't know what he's going to call. So this actually is going to help us the first 6 weeks with all the, the tough games that we have. So I'm really excited, Eddie.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to like, okay, the first even just couple of weeks, like especially week one, you're not going to be sitting there as a Chiefs and be like, okay, yeah, we've seen Sean Payton do this, look before last year, and we know what they're going to do here. You say it yourself, new receiver, you don't know how they're going to use him. They got a three-headed monster. You don't know what they're going to do in the backfield, and you got a new play caller. You don't know what kind of style of offense he's going to run. Like they say, it's going to be like a Sean Payton type offense, which it probably will be a little bit. But this is going to be more of a Davis Webb. Like he's going to be doing things that Sean Payton probably wouldn't normally do. He's going to be trying things out. I'm sure Sean's going to let him do that because he's also not just because he's a new offensive play caller, but because he's wanting to show other teams like, hey, this is what I can do. Because he's going to most likely be a head coach next year. He's trying to show other teams like, hey, watch my offense. This is what I can bring to your team if you hire me as a head coach. Like he's going to put his stamp on this. So you're right. Defense is like, at least for the first couple of weeks, especially week one, they're not going to know what to do or expect from this Broncos offense. They're not. And it's going to be really fun to watch. But, man, Bo Nix was out there killing it. He looks healthy. That ankle is not bothering him. It's not taped up. He doesn't have a brace. He doesn't have anything on it. He's out there just doing this thing, and, man, he's been rolling out, making a nice pass. Today, I think he made like a 50-yard bomb to Pat Bryant or something. I think Stidham or Ellinger, one of those two, threw a freaking deep 60-something yard pass to freaking Evan Ingram or something today. There was just a lot of stuff going on with the offense, so much so I can't remember it all, dude. I'm trying to remember, but it's kind of hard to remember everything if you're not actually watching it. You're just going based on what people say on X. But Jalen Waddle, like I think it was like the first or second day of practice, he had a great one-handed catch on the sideline from Bo Nix. Like
incredible.
It's amazing, man. Like the offensive line stepping up, the running game, they're doing really well. Receivers are balling. Evan Ingram is just, I think he's having like the best camp so far.
Yep.
Maybe outside of Bo Nix, Evan Ingram's having like the best camp. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, Mohamed. This is kind of freaking me out a little bit because we haven't really heard much from Jolie or the other tight end that we drafted. Like I was kind of hoping maybe do a little something.
Maybe it's early. Maybe they're just week one, so they're still kind of.
It has me a little bit. I'm not saying full blown panic mode, but it just kind of got me like, hey, we should at least hear their names once or twice. Like, oh, Jolie made this play, or who's the other? What's the other guy's name? The other tight end we drafted. I can't remember the other guy.
And
I can't remember.
Right? Big.
Yeah.
God, I don't.
Because Caleb Lohner hasn't been there, and Drew Sanders hasn't been there either.
I know. Lohner's still hurt, right?
I think Dalen Bentley. That's the other tight end.
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name, hadn't heard Jolie's name, so I'm just I'm kind of hoping maybe they're keeping them under the radar, or maybe I know they're getting work in, but it sucks that we haven't really heard anything about them yet. Um, you haven't heard nothing about really none of the rookies outside of Coleman.
Yeah.
Um, I think even Yadam or whatever. Oh wait, or I keep saying his name wrong, but the defensive end that we drafted in the third round, we haven't heard nothing on him. You heard stuff on him in like mandatory minicamp about a month ago, but you haven't
Yeah.
heard anything about him in training camp so far. So it's just really weird. I kind of hope. I'm hoping we hear more about them in the coming week because like this week is actually gonna be pads come on Monday. It's gonna be a full padded practice. They're gonna be out there hitting each other. They're gonna be out there doing the work. So and
That
fingers crossed,
does scare me. Yeah, that scared me a little bit because all
fingers
the
crossed,
injuries. Yeah, yeah,
nobody gets hurt because we've already had I want to say three major injuries in the past week.
yeah.
Uh, who there was a couple. I know Ricky Pearsall was one.
Mhm.
He got hurt. And Graham, you sent me all the stuff earlier. Put it up in the chat because I can't remember who it was. I know Ricky Pearsall was one, and there was two others.
And it's like
Oh,
all serious injuries, like torn ACL, like out for the season type. So
C.J. Gardner Johnson. I did see that, but that was just a sprain, so he'll be back. He didn't like tear his Achilles or nothing. But no, it was Nick, the pass rusher from the Panthers. I think he tore his ACL like early last week. And there was somebody else. There was him, there was Pearsall, and there was somebody else that either tore his Achilles or something. Um, it really sucks, man. Like you keep your fingers crossed it doesn't happen to the Broncos.
yeah,
But this offense on fire, bro.
yeah, they,
Ernie in here says, "Go Broncos country. Only think Broncos big, not 31 teams small." Hello, man. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Oh yeah, Xavier Worthy. He hurt his shoulder.
Ernie had a birthday too. Happy birthday, Ernie.
Oh, did he? Happy birthday, Ernie.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, Xavier Worthy, he hurt his shoulder, I think, today. Um, but I don't know how serious that is. I don't know if it's too serious, if he's gonna be out for like all the training camp or if he'll be back next week. Oh, he's okay? Okay, cool. Um, but yeah, but the offense is just on fire, man. But just stay healthy. Please for the love of God, nobody get hurt. But the next thing I want to talk about before we move on to our next topic is like I heard someone say the other day on X that they think Drew Sanders is gone. We haven't seen this guy in like 2 years, and now he's still not practicing. Mohamed, I just want to get your thoughts. Do you think he stays on the roster, gets any playing time this year, or do you think he's probably gonna be one of the 50 or one of the guys that get cut by the 53-man roster?
I don't know, Eddie. It's hard to say. You're right, absolutely right. Because last season, I didn't know. Like I was like, is he hurt? Like what's going on? And this season is the same thing. They're not really saying much. So I don't know, Eddie.
Did he get drafted at 23?
I think so.
23, 4, 5, 6. So this would be him going into his last year of his rookie deal if he got drafted in 23. That I think he could be. I think he might be a cut down day cut, dude. He might be the guy that gets bumped off the roster at the whenever they have to cut the roster down to 53.
It seems
It
like
just sucks.
yeah.
It sucks, man. Like I really want to see what he could do because they tried him out a pass rusher, inside backer, and we just in 2 years we have not seen him do anything. And it really kind of sucks, man. I think you see him maybe in the past 2 years. You might see him a little bit on special teams, maybe in preseason, but that was about it. You didn't see him at all on defense. But next thing up, kind of going off the offense dominating in training camp. The next thing I wanted to talk about, Mohamed, was Waddle and Nix are building chemistry. It seems like him and Nix so far in training camp have been really looking good together. Like, just Nix is just hitting him in stride almost every freaking play, dude. It seems like they got that chemistry that Sutton and Nix had. But what are your thoughts to this, Mohamed?
It's amazing, Eddie. It's amazing. I mean, like since we started talking about before we even got traded for him, we started talking about the Broncos needing another wide receiver, and there was like, Brown and all the other ones that the divas, right? I wanted Jalen Waddle. I knew he would work perfectly for the Sean Payton offense, and then he does not have all these issues. He's a good player, And to see him building this chemistry so quickly is amazing, Eddie. Like I said, the NFL, they need to watch out, Eddie, because we're coming. This is just crazy.
Yeah, dude,
Exciting.
I mean, I didn't have really. I shouldn't say that. I wasn't like really worried about the whole weapon thing during this past off season. Like, I mean, I wanted to get another one. Not saying that, but like when it came to who, I did want Jalen Waddle a little bit more, but I wasn't gonna be like all butthurt. They would have got like what's his name, AJ Brown. I wouldn't have been all upset about it. But I'd been kind of like, okay, we need to watch him because the guy's a bit of a drama queen. Like, I mean, he's doing well so far in New England. I guess like they're not really having issues with him yet. But I guarantee you, go through like a game, maybe two. Guy doesn't get any targets, he's gonna
Those
start causing
crazy
problems.
starts. Yeah, yeah. He's gonna
He
make.
will.
Yeah, he's gonna make a scene on the sideline. Tell you that.
And I was talking to somebody a few weeks ago, and they said it best. It's like AJ Brown. Things don't go his way. He's him first. He's not team first. He's AJ first.
Yep.
If he's not getting catches, he's gonna act like a diva and he's gonna pout and he's gonna make it a team problem. Waddle, that's not the case. Waddle is a team guy. He's not a self guy. He's a team guy. And that's what Sean Payton wants. Sean Payton, like, I'm not saying Sean Payton don't care about talent or, how good a player is. Of course he does. Every coach does. Any smart coach does. But you got to have talent, but you also have to have a guy that's willing to, play. Like he's going to, be there for the team. If he's self first, then you're going to have problems eventually at some point with that person, regardless of what the position is, whether it's offensive line, which is not normally because they're not, skill players, but a corner, a receiver, running back, tight end, quarterback, you know. So I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like Waddle is the best fit, and him and Bo Nix building that chemistry. Like, I think they're probably pushing that more. I think they're trying to add Jalen Waddle more and getting him more reps with Bo Nix because, I mean, come on, think about it. Franklin's got more, chemistry with Bo Nix than anybody else on this roster. He's been with him since college.
Mm-hmm.
Sutton's probably got the second most, then Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, and then Jalen Waddle, the newcomer. You got to get him some reps with Bo Nix and build that chemistry. So I'm fine with it. I'm loving it. And go ahead, double team. Go ahead, teams. Go ahead and double team Waddle. You're going to leave all those other guys open. Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, or even Cortland Sutton. Possibly even everything.
Pick your poison, Eddie. That's what it's going to be. Pick your poison.
And if you somehow manage to lock up all them guys, guess what? One of these three running backs is going to be coming out of the backfield. Bo Nix has no problem throwing to those guys on wheel routes or whatever. So I'm excited, man. Graham posted up. He said, Drew Sanders 2023, 258 defensive snaps, 297 special team snaps. So his defensive snaps were at 23%. His special teams were at 64%. So he played more special teams at 23 the last time he really played a lot, more than he played defense. So I don't know what's going on. 2024, 18 snaps, 7%. I guess that's on defense. And then he played 66 special team snaps, 62. So, yeah, it's been going down. What was the stats in 2025, Graham? Because I don't remember seeing them all. Maybe he played on special teams, but I don't think he was on defense once last year at all. He was hurt the whole year. So he didn't play at all last year. But was he really hurt, or was that just something they're telling us? Because it seems
that's the thing. They did say he was hurt, but like you said, it's to me, Eddie is like, you don't want him, just cut him. Like, there's no shame on that. You don't want the players, let him go, let him walk.
Well, if you want to, take out 2025 because he was hurt, fine, whatever. But dude, that is a significant drop in snaps, dude. From 20 in 1 year, he went from 258 defensive snaps to 18 snaps. Dude, that's lower. That's like taking 200 snaps away from this kid. And then on special team, he had 297 to 6. That's another 200. You take 200 snaps away from this kid on special teams, on special teams and on defense. Like, okay, so Graham said tore ligament in his foot in training camp, missed the whole year. Even still, from just going to year one to year two in his career, man, it's just like you drop him to over 200 snaps. That's not normal. Like I don't know, man. If he, like I said, if you want to toss out 25 because he was actually hurt, fine. But those snap drops, holy crap, dude, that's terrible. Um, but with all that said, let's move on to our next topic, which we already talked. We talked about the Knicks and Waddle chemistry building. The next big one I want to talk about, Mohamed. This is one of the like I pointed this out, but when you talk about other ones, I'm going to give you a chance to talk. Bring up things you want to talk about. The QB2 battle position. We, from what I'm hearing, dude, it's a real competition. Like, so when, oh my god, dude, it's so much fun. I can't wait. But what do you think, Mohamed?
I mean, Eddie, I'm not surprised because who's in the competition? Think about it. That the quarterback, the backup from last season. Do you want that person? I don't. I thought they should have just went ahead and gotten someone else. So I'm not surprised, especially you being, I'm talking about Stidham, like you being on the Sean Payton system all these years. You would think it wouldn't even be an issue, but since it's heating up, I don't. That's not good for Stidham, Eddie. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like I know Sean talked up Stidham like the past was it 3, 4, 5? The past 3 years he's been talking up Stidham. Like we signed him in the offseason of 23 when Sean Payton got hired. He's been with this team for 3 seasons now. This is going into his fourth season, and I don't know, man. I mean, do you think Sean just doesn't trust him?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, see, Eddie, the thing is like, yeah, Stidham is good, as a backup on maybe like a preseason game or something, or you can put him like on a situation like this. But if the game is on the line, he's gonna screw it up. We've seen it. I
Well,
don't trust him either.
that's the thing. Like backups are not going to be good. They're not going to be as good as the starter. They're going to have problems. They're going to be bad in certain situations. I do believe, Jared Stidham didn't play at all last year. I mean, he played in the preseason, yeah, but the regular season, he didn't play a single snap. And then you're asked to play in the AFC Championship game. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to make an excuse for Stidham here. I'm really not. But that's a big stage to get your first star of the season. I mean, he only scored 7 points, and I said it before. We said it, like this is me going on about Stidham. Like, if he doesn't fumble that ball or throw it backwards and give the Patriots a short field, I don't think the Patriots win that game.
Yeah.
I don't.
But Eddie, keep in mind that it wasn't us. Sean Payton is the one who talked him up. He was saying that, oh, you better watch out, and he got us all excited. And then what does Stidham does? Like was it the first play or first? Yeah, he scores a touchdown. I was like, oh my god, but then it was all downhill from there.
The first play I remember with Jared Stidham in that championship game was whenever he dropped a dime to Marvin Mims. It was like a 30 or 40 yard deep pass. Marvin Mims catches it. That's what set up that only touchdown that we got. The touchdown was scored by Sutton.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I don't know, man. Like it just seems like there's a real competition going on at QB2 right now, and I just want to get your thoughts on this. What if Sam Ellinger winds up winning that battle? I know Sean said there's not a battle, but Sean really, I mean, I know we're not coaches, but we're not stupid either. Like we know everybody outside of like Surtain and Bo Nix and Jalen freaking Waddle or any of the starting offensive line or Zach, like the big guys on this roster are going to be the solidified starters. Any positions up, like you could literally have. I'm just gonna say Strnad. Say Strnad. He's one of the starting inside linebackers. What if what if like Reed or somebody or Bailey winds up playing better than him in the preseason and training camp? You don't think they wouldn't name him the starter if
they would?
It was so obvious. If it was so obvious in training camp and preseason that Bailey was playing better than Strnad. You think they're going to start Strnad week 1? No. So, but that's my thing. Like, I want to ask you this, Mohamed. If, just say, God forbid, or not even God forbid, just say Ellinger winds up beating Stidham. He looks better than him in the training camp, and he looks better than him in preseason. What do you think would happen to Stidham if Ellinger wind up being the backup?
I don't know. I guess they might be keeping 3. Are they going to keep 3 or 2?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If
So
they keep a fullback,
they cut him. I don't know if he's going to clear waivers. Maybe he will. Maybe he can be in the practice squad, or maybe it's better for him to go to another team, Betty. But I would not have any issue with it, honestly. Like, if Ellinger wins it, I'm not going to have an issue with it. I just want to see it live. Like, I want to see it in the preseason. I want to compare the two. If you have that chance, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't say they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks. Sean usually does it. The last couple of years, he hasn't kept 3. He kept 2 on the roster, 1 on the practice squad. But I think you're right. I think if he were to try to put Stidham on the practice squad, I think someone's going to claim him and take him. Because like Sean also said earlier, he wants a fullback on the roster, so we know Sean's going to keep a fullback. They brought back Adam Prentice, like he's going to be on this roster. I bet money on it. So my thing is if Ellinger wins the backup position behind, I think they wind up probably, if they can, they're going to try to trade Jarrett Stidham. Because I guarantee, I hate to say this, Mohamed, but there's either going to be some type of injury with the way fucking training camp has started off so far, with all these injuries we've been hearing about so far. I have a feeling either, I'm not going to say someone's starter, it's possible a starting QB could go down in training camp, or even a backup. I could see a team being like, hey, we'll give you like a 5th or a 6th for Jarrett Stidham. And if Sam Ellinger winds up winning that position and you're going to keep him and you're going to wind up cutting Stidham anyway, I would just go ahead and take the 5th round pick and trade him. So, but if I would try to trade him. If not, if you can't trade him, if no one's going to give you anything for him, I would try to sneak him onto the practice squad. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think if they try to do that, someone's going to snag him. And especially if they ain't got to give up a draft pick, they'll be like, yeah, we'll just wait until you have to make that decision. If you put him on the practice squad, we're just going to take him off waivers. So, but we still got about a month until that decision needs to be made. You still got all the training camp, 3 preseason games. We'll have to see how that works out. Is there any position battles that you want to talk about, Mohamed, before we move on to our next topic? Mohamed, can't hear you.
I was in mute. Sorry. So for me, Eddie, honestly, I know in the beginning, well, I think it was like day 1, I did hear that Barron was played on the outside as far as the cornerbacks, right? And they say he got cooked, and they were kind of making fun of him a little bit. But I'm thinking it's just like that's something new for him. He's probably going to get better as we go. So what does that mean? Like, why are they trying to put him on the outside? What does that mean for Riley Moss? Like, is this because we did talk about, like, this guy is a first-round pick. You're going to have to play him at some point. You got to be a corner, right? Because they keep putting him in the middle, right? So that to me is very interesting, but it doesn't look like Barron is actually there yet from what I heard. So it's just something to watch, I think.
Man, that cornerback position is going to be really hard for these guys to decide because I know for a fact they got to get Barron out on that field this year. I don't care if it's in the nickel, if it's outside, cornerback 2, they got to get him involved more this offseason. You cannot spend a first-round pick on a kid and not use him. Like, you could have went a million different ways with that first-round pick. You could have went a million different ways. You could have got should I say, an inside linebacker. You could have got an inside linebacker. You could have got another defensive lineman, knowing that you're probably going to lose John Franklin Myers this year. And they go corners, and I know they're going to probably wind up losing either Riley Moss or Jaquan McMillan. If I had to put money on it, I'd say it's Riley Moss. Not this year. Like, they're going to keep him this year. But after 2026, you got to make a decision. And the other big thing that came out today was I heard it earlier was that Bo Nix is eligible for a contract extension at the end of this year. And if Bo Nix goes out there and has another year like he did last year, they win the Super Bowl, they're going to want to pay Bo Nix as soon as possible. Because the longer you wait, the more expensive he's going to get. So they're going to want to pay him like that. So I don't know what they're going to do at that corner position. And the other one I wanted to talk about, Mohamed, I want to get your thoughts on this. Between Jonah Coleman and RJ Harvey, who do you think could win that number 2 running back position, and who would you want to win it?
That's tough, Eddie. I like Harvey, but Coleman is really good. From even like when I watched his tape from college, and he's gonna make RJ Harvey earn it if he's gonna be on if he's gonna be a second one. So it's actually a good problem to have, Eddie. I don't know how things are gonna go, but am I gonna be surprised if Coleman wins it? Not really, but I do want to see RJ Harvey do better. I want him to, because he did really well last season, especially towards the end after J.K. Dobbins was out. So I really want him to continue to develop and stuff. But hey, if it's a competition, let it happen. It's like whoever is better is gonna win it. So why not?
I will say this, Mohamed. I'm no matter what happens in the preseason, I'm just happy football's back. I'm gonna be so excited watching preseason games because I get to watch my Broncos play. But all these competitions, cornerback, defensive line, running back, maybe I should say tight end, backup QB position, that is all those battles are gonna make this preseason so much it's so nice. And when we have a head coach and we got a really elite team out there and we have our quarterback, that we're talking about watching backup, positions. Cornerback too. I mean, I guess you could say that's the starting position, but it's still cornerback too. A bunch of guys starting or trying to get the defensive line job, the starting defensive line, which is the starter. But then you got backup running back, backup quarterback, cornerback too. I can sit down this year and watch preseason, and I ain't got to worry about having a quarterback competition. I ain't got to worry about having a wide receiver 1 competition or a cornerback 1 competition. I get to watch a running back 2 position get battled for, quarterback 2 position get battled for, starting defensive line, sure, and then cornerback 2. Either way, even with cornerback, we're going to have a good starter. Whether if it's Moss or, Barron, we're going to have a good starter. And it's going to be so much more fun to watch preseason this year because you actually get to watch those battles. You ain't got to worry about quarterback or nothing else, and your roster is elite. We know what we can do. And it's going to bring out the best of these players because these players will be trying to get that running back 2 or that second position, whichever position it is, and it's going to bring out the best in the players because they know, hey, if I don't win this competition, it's a strong possibility I could be cut or traded. If Riley Moss comes out and balls, I don't think they're going to trade Barron, but they're going to have a hard decision to make there. Yeah. If Barron comes out and balls, what's going to happen with Riley Moss? If he can show that he can take over that cornerback 2 position, what's going to happen with Riley Moss? What's going to happen with Jonah Coleman or RJ Harvey when they're battling? What's going to happen with Ellinger and Stidham when they're battling? So much fun, dude. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for preseason. I am so happy, dude, because I know the Broncos are going to whoop some ass again this year. We get to watch these fun training camp battles and preseason battles, dude. I'm excited, dude. I really am. The next topic up is, I don't know if you watched the conferences today, but Bo Nix was at the podium talking, and he was talking about his leadership. And he says that basically Bo Nix said that in year 1, he was mostly just trying to, just get to know the playbook and just try not to make mistakes, which is usually what rookies do. They have to learn the playbook, get it down, and try not to make as minimal mistakes as possible. He said this year, going into year 3, man, he's looking forward to making just plays now. He doesn't need to learn the playbook. He knows it. He's been in the NFL for 2 years or 3 years. He knows it. He knows how to play in NFL now. He's just looking to make plays now. What are your thoughts on his comments, Mohammed?
I mean, absolutely. I didn't really get to hear that, but to hear his comments. But I mean, this is what it's all about, Eddie. I mean, when the quarterback gets to year three, year four, year five, and we're seeing it, that's when you start seeing if you have a franchise quarterback or not. And we for Bo, we've seen it early enough, like the first season, we could see that this is the guy, right? So now, even from watching from training camp, he seemed extremely comfortable, Eddie. He's not worried about it. He's not thinking about anything. It's not something he's worried about. He just knows the book. He's very comfortable, and that's what you need. This is what you expect from your quarterback in year three, and like I said, going to year 4 and 5. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to hear that. That's what you want to hear.
I will say this, Mohammed. Like usually a quarterback's rookie year, like I said, that they're trying to learn the playbook. They're trying to make minimal mistakes. They're basically learning on the job, especially if they're starting week one, like Bo Nix did. They're basically learning on the job. They're just trying to limit their mistakes, get the playbook down, learn how to play in the NFL. And if they do what Bo Nix did in year one, or even what Jaden Daniels did, you're happy about it or ecstatic, either way. Year two, in my opinion, a lot of people talk about the sophomore slump in quarterbacks, and going into their second year. So I think a lot of that, I don't think Bo Nix was. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't trying to make plays last year. I think he was. Of course he was. But I think they were also trying to make it to where, or he was trying to make it to where he wasn't going to have that sophomore slump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't make mistakes. Just focus on the game, focus on what we need to do, and just don't do something stupid. Because like quarterbacks, like young quarterbacks, like they'll have a good rookie year and then they'll come back like, okay, I can do this, and then they wind up having that sophomore slump. Year three, what's the one thing everybody says, Mohammed, about year three and quarterbacks?
I mean, it's the year.
That's their breakout year. That's
Yeah,
typically quarterback has a breakout year. Well, in my honest opinion, Mohammed, I think Bo Nix's breakout year was last year. So if Bo Nix's breakout year was last year, and what's that make year three? That makes year three what I think Bo Nix was trying to say here, and that's I'm going to just make plays. I don't have to worry about learning the playbook. I don't need to worry about, how I'm going to catch up and play in the NFL. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make these damn plays, and we're going to win games because of me. That's what that says to me. I love his confidence. Bo Nix is going to go out there, dude, and I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if this kid has over 4,500 yards, over 30-something touchdowns, and probably about right around what he had last year in interception, about 10 to 12. And this kid is going to, especially now with, Waddle and new play caller, it seems like he's doing really good so far, a lot of motion. Bo Nix is going to freaking ball this year, dude. Like, he's going to show the league, like, hey, this is what I see Bo Nix doing. This is what I picture in my mind. Bo Nix coming out, balling, and at the end of the year, after he's holding up that Lombardi trophy, they're going to be like, Bo Nix will be like, for all you doubters, right here, baby. I'm the best quarterback in that. I mean, he's not going to say this, but you'll be able to sense it. Like, I'm the best quarterback in that class. Don't ever doubt me again.
Exactly.
That's what I feel like this is the kind of year that it's going to be for Bo Nix. Of course, he's not going to say that kind of stuff. No quarterback would ever say that. But just the way his actions, if he does that this year, his actions, the way he phrases things, you're going to be like, oh, shit. He's pretty much telling all these people, like, fuck you.
Watch me, yeah.
But that's what I feel like the end of this year is going to be. And people are going to finally have to put some goddamn respect on Bo Nix's name next year. So, but next up, Mohammed, we have some breaking news came out today. I know you didn't really get a chance to watch it, but today Sean was at the podium and he was talking. Or no, I'm sorry. I don't think he was at the podium. He was talking to a reporter after that, I believe. And I don't know how this subject got brought up, but somehow Taysom Hill was brought up. And Sean said him and the Broncos are looking into maybe signing Taysom Hill. Like they're looking to bring him in. What are your thoughts to this?
I would love that move, Eddie. I mean, very dynamic. Like whatever he brings to the playbook, I mean, to Sean, I mean, to Bo Nix is going to be something different that we did not have. You know, that type of player. So I guess it's just going to depends on like how much is it going to cost us, Eddie. He's not a free agent, is he?
Yeah, I believe he is.
Oh, go ahead and do it. Like, that's not even a question, Eddie. You know, very familiar with Sean Payton. He's gonna fit right in, I think.
Well, that's a good thing about Taysom Hill. He's a quarterback. He's a tight end. He's a receiver. He's a running back. He plays all four of those positions.
Yep.
Like, you can bring him in. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be like a starting quarterback. Of course not. That's Bo Nix. But he could come in on a package and play quarterback, and we know he can throw the ball. Like, imagine, and it's not going to be like a multi-year deal or anything. It'd be like a 1-year deal, just to bring him in and just have that. Like, that's the joker that I think Peyton wants. And if they can get him on a relatively cheap deal for 1 year, I think because he's already 35. Taysom Hill is 35 years old. Like, I don't think he's going to want a long-term deal anyway. He's probably going to want to play year by year. But bring him in for 1 year, dude. You can put him in at fucking tight end. You can put him in at running back. You can put him out there with the receivers. You can put him in at quarterback, and we know he can make throws. We've seen him do it. Heck, he did it against us in 2020 when we didn't even have a quarterback. So I think Taysom Hill kicked our butts in that game.
Eddie, just bring him in like in a play, not even having him do anything. It's just gonna throw off the other, like the defense would know what to do. They'd be like, well, what are they gonna do now? Because they have him in the game. You could just put him in as a decoy. Seriously.
Yeah, but no, you could. That'd be probably one of the biggest things. But I would actually utilize him because you know he can do all that stuff. You've seen him do it in New Orleans for years. I say sign him. If the money's right, I mean, I think the Broncos right now, if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Graham, but I think the Broncos have like 20-something million in cap. If you bring him in and, for a 1 year deal, he's not going to make more than probably 6 or 7 million.
I don't think he's gonna ask a lot, especially if he knows he's gonna be playing with Sean Payton.
So I would pick up the phone. I'd call his agent and be like, hey, how much would it take to get Taysom in here for 1 year? And I would just do it.
And it's not like anybody is running to sign him neither, right, Eddie? I mean,
No. Well, there might be. I don't know. But, we have 37 million in cap. I mean, now, you don't want to spend a whole lot of that because, you're probably going to want having to resign Bo Nix next offseason. I'm sure. But just bring him in, dude. Pay him like $7 million for 1 year and just bring him in and have him here for a year.
Hey, Eddie, 37 million. Is Bobby Wagner still out there, or is he just a thought? Like, I'm not going to stop with Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, I think he's still out there, but I don't know how much he would want. Honestly, I would assume not much because I think the guy's, what is he, 36 or 37?
Yeah,
he probably wouldn't take a lot. But before we get into this, is going to lead us into our next thing I want to talk about before we get out of here. But I want to talk about some of these comments Graham posted up. He's like, the stomach ache I suffered after hearing about Bo Nix's foot injury was unbearable. I'm pretty sure all Broncos country felt that way last year. I truly believe that. Like, whenever I first saw the first thing of saying Bo Nix broke his ankle, he's out for the season, I was like, this is a freaking joke. Because I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything on X at that point. I think it was someone on Facebook. It was like, yeah, Bo Nix broke his ankle. He's out for the rest of the year. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I remember I was sending it to you like, nah, it didn't happen. I was like, dude,
I'm like going through X. I'm like, I don't even see anything. 10 minutes later, Bo Nix out for the season. I'm like, fudge.
Eddie, what made it worse was we didn't even get to enjoy the win against the Bills because of it.
We got to enjoy it for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like a punch in the gut, man. Well.
It felt like it felt like I was Johnny Knox, or I was Wee Man, and Johnny Knoxville just kicked me in the nuts. That's how it felt to me.
It's hard. It was hard.
But you got another one here from Graham. He says Marvin Mims Jr. had a rough day at Cardinals camp today. Quite a few drops. Dude, I've been hearing a lot about him. I think there's been a lot of talk about the Cardinals possibly trading him or cutting him because Michael Wilson, I think, is going to wind up his number one receiver. And Michael Wilson's going into a contract year. Like they got to decide what to do with him by the end of the year. He's going to walk in free agency. That's Michael Wilson. Marvin Harrison, I think he's got this year, next year, and then a fifth-year option, if I remember right.
You think he's a bust, Eddie?
I don't want to go that far yet. I don't know. I mean, his first few years in the league were not great.
Yeah, I mean, it was just such a big, like everybody was talking so highly about him, and you know,
it's because of his last name.
Hmm?
It's the last name, just like Shador.
Yeah.
I love Shador, but it's his last name is why people are talking big about him. But I don't know, man. If Marvin Harrison doesn't get his stuff together this, preseason and training camp, I think Michael Wilson might beat him out for the wide receiver one over there.
If they want to trade him, they need to trade him now before the end of the season because that value is probably going to drop.
Though I think if they're going to trade him, it's going to be right around week 3 of the preseason. Like when people are cutting the roster down, they're like, "Hey, who wants Marvin Harrison?" Like they're not going to get a first out of him. I'll tell you that. They'll be looking to maybe get a third out of him, especially if he doesn't have a great preseason. Because they're only going to cut him or trade him if he has a horrible preseason.
We'll give him a third. Bring him in, Eddie.
We don't need no more receivers. We
got enough. Right? Plenty of
receivers. One of my favorite players from the UFL had a really good day today. I think was it today? Hakeem Butler had a big pass from Sam Ellinger. I think it was like a 50-yard bomb. He ran in for a touchdown. Let's go, Butler. Let's go. Let's see. Another one here from Graham. He said Cody Rourke said he doesn't think there will be a spot for Taysom Hill on with the direction they're heading. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Like, I like Cody Rourke, but I don't believe that for a second. If Sean wants him and they can utilize him in any position, any way, they're going to do it. It would be a smart thing to do. Like, even if you just wanted to bring him in for like a play at quarterback, or even Mohamed said, use him as a decoy. That's going to confuse. Like, with all the weapons we have, you bring in a Swiss Army knife like him.
Yeah, especially if it's like the game is on the line or something, and you just bring him in and then you throw the ball to someone else.
You put him in, like him and Evan Ingram out there, or you put Taysom Hill at wide receiver with like Waddle, Sutton, and Marvin Mims or Troy Franklin or somebody out there. Oh my God, dude!
It's going to be a good season.
Would I let him throw? Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Sean Payton even whenever Sean Payton had Drew Brees, he used Taysom Hill at quarterback. I'm not saying you're going to put him in there for a whole game, but you might bring him in for like a play or two to throw the ball a couple of times because Taysom Hill can throw the damn ball.
He can. Yes, he can.
So I'm just saying, you bring in Taysom Hill, dude, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with that guy. Like I said, quarterback, running back, tight end, receiver, you can put him in any position. The only thing he can't do is probably play offensive line or play defense. But with all that said, Mohamed, the last thing I wanted to touch on, I'm pretty sure you probably heard this, and I know a lot of people I talk to in Broncos country would love for this to happen. Now, a lot of people say they would take this move over a Taysom Hill move, especially since the Broncos now have $37 million. But again, he wants a long-term contract, but he's 31 already, and the most I'd give him is like a 2-year deal. But Vita Vea has asked for a trade out of the Buccaneers. Would you trade for him and sign him to like a 2-year deal, or would you be like, nah?
I would definitely go for it, Eddie. If we're saying the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl this season or making a push for the Super Bowl, go ahead and do it. He's a really good player. He's gonna make a big difference in our defense, I believe. How much they're gonna be asking for though? Like a 2nd-round pick, you think?
Well, it's that, and you also have to think or find out how much he wants a year and how many years he wants. Like if he would be like, "Hey, I'll play for Denver for say 2 years at like $12 million a year."
They could spread it, Eddie. Make it 3 years and just spread. That they can work the numbers if they really want him. And I think it's a good opportunity. We should go ahead and do it. If I was the Broncos, I'll do it.
Well, like I said, they could pay Bo Nix next year. Like, if the Broncos go out and win a Super Bowl this year, I think you'd want to pay him sooner rather than later. And but the Broncos could be like, okay, you know what? We'll sign Villa for 3 years. We'll make it like really a 2 year deal worth like say 30 million, pay him 15 million a year, and that last year could be a drop off year, and then you can pay Bo Nix right at the end of that, or right during that, or something. So, and you can pay him a lot up front right now. You got 37 million. Pay him like say give him a 2 year $30 million deal, and say 20 of them millions guaranteed. Give him like 15 million this year, and then next year you can just give him five, or something.
What is
I
that?
would, like if what what did you have a stroke, Graham? Like I'm curious. I okay.
Is that like Hawaiian or something? I don't know.
Oh, that's his real name. Okay, sorry. Oh my god, I feel bad now. Um,
That's his name? The whole thing is his name?
no way. Holy crap! I don't even know if I could say that. I'm not even gonna try to say that. I'll butcher it too.
I think Graham might be messing with us, Eddie.
But I would bring him in. I personally would bring Villaveda in. If you're trying to win the Super Bowl this year, that guy is one of the best run stoppers in the NFL. And the Broncos, I hate to say it, they still kind of struggle in that department. He's a great pass rusher too. He can pass rush and stop the run. I would personally bring him in. I know they want to get all these young guys in, get them acclimated and want to get them snaps, but you can still do that and bring Villaveda in. But if you're literally trying to push for a Super Bowl this year to get it, bringing in Villaveda really, like the Rams brought in Myles Garrett. Aaron Donald's coming back at some point. I know this already. He's been seen at the Rams facility. He's coming back. When? I don't know. But if you bring Villaveda in on this defensive line with all the other stuff you already have, dude, I'm telling you right now, the Broncos are going to be right up there with the Rams. I mean, they kind of are now, but they'll be even more up there with the Rams if you bring in Villaveda.
It'd be a smart move, Eddie. Smart move for the Broncos.
Personally, if I had to pick between Taysom Hill and Villaveda, I'm taking Villaveda.
Me too.
I put him on that defensive line. He's really good at stopping the run. He can rush the passer. So it's a no-brainer for me.
I mean, Eddie is going to help the pass rushers too.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think you got enough weapons on offense. You got Ingram, you got Jolie, you got all these receivers, you got a three-headed monster, running backs. I would like Taysom Hill, but if I had to pick right now, knowing that the only really hold that we have on this roster is D-line, I would bring in Villaveda. I would. Great run stopper and can rush the passer, dude. He's 31, but he's still a freaking beast in the line. So I'd bring him in. Like I said, depending on what the compensation is draft capital wise, and how much he wants a year.
He's going to pay dividends right away, Eddie. You're not even going to, it's just going to show.
So, but Mohamed, any final thoughts or anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here tonight?
Just the way the offense is operating, Eddie, I think teams going to have issues with the Broncos, especially early on. They would not know how to play the Broncos offense. It's a good opportunity for us to just take advantage of it, having Davis Webb, Jalen Waddle, everything, creating all this motion and stuff. It's great. I think Bo Nix is going to have a great year. Can't wait for it, Eddie. Can't wait.
Me neither, man. I'm excited. Oh, my God. I just want the preseason to get here, man. I'm so excited because you got the Hall of Fame game next week. Training camp's officially here. And the week after, next week, I get the new Madden next week. So I'm so excited for that. You get the Hall of Fame game, and the week after that, you get a Broncos preseason game. These next 2 weeks are going to be so much fun, dude. And we got football's back until February, guys. And hopefully, the Broncos are representing the AFC in the Super Bowl this year.
Ooh, so can't wait.
That's it for us, guys. We'll be back next week to talk more training camp stuff. So, but that's it for us. Mohamed, it was great talking with you again, man. And football is back. Broncos football is back.
Absolutely, man. Go Broncos.
All right. Talk to you guys next week. Peace.